Everybody, as you can see, it's a beautiful beginning of spring, so I'm out and about, outside as much as you can. So in this beautiful little space called a balcony. See, the thing is, it's always almost a month since we had to stop guiding due to the recent events, and we kind of restless. So we decided to guide you from our balconies or from whatever you can, and that's pretty much what I'm gonna do now. And actually, I'm gonna combine two things. I'm pretty sure most of us are confined, and I'm pretty sure you want to come to Kraków as soon as possible. So what you can do now, when you cannot go out, is to do quite a lot. You can watch, you can game, and you can read. And this is something I've got here, The Witcher. You might have heard of it. If you've been to Kraków already and you have this beautiful map, it's one of our recommendations. If you like Netflix, and I'm pretty sure everybody does now, there is a series. To be honest, books are better. And of course, it all started with books. A Polish author called Sapkowski in the 80s started writing books about Geralt of Rivia, a witcher. Now, the books are awesome. If you like reading, it's a great read. And if you don't want to read, you can do another thing. You can game. A Polish developer called CD Projekt Red made 3 games, and especially the third from several years ago is an absolute must if you like gaming. So that's something you can do at home while confined. How it relates to Kraków? Well, actually, The Witcher is called something called fantasy. Of course, this is not epic fantasy like Tolkien. It's something called low fantasy or real, as in it's heavily based in reality. It's heavily based in the Middle Ages, actually. So Kraków here connects simply because Kraków is a beautiful medieval town. But also it is heavily based in Polish pre-Christian beliefs, or to be more global Slavic, Celtic, or Germanic pre-Christian beliefs. And in Kraków there are a number of things you can see somehow related to the story of The Witcher. One of them is one of the very few things we have from Slavic pantheon of gods. There is a god called Światowit. Supposedly, this was a god with 4 faces, facing every single direction of the world. And in today's Ukraine, middle of 19th century, a wooden pole was found with 4 faces. So we assume this is Światowit. And that's something you can see today in Kraków, in Museum of Archaeology, the original. But when you have the Wawel Hill, the Royal Palace and the Royal Cathedral, there is around the hill under a tree a copy of that pole of that god. So you don't have to go to a museum, you can see it, and it's kind of a little hidden gem. Even Krakowians don't know about it. And when you read or you game The Witcher, you are going to see plenty of little bits and pieces of those pre-Christian beliefs in it. So that's one thing. Second thing, if you like Kraków, great, but you want to get out, there's a place called Tyniec, a little village, 30 minutes by bike out of Kraków. Great biking experience, and there's an awesome monastery. Places around Kraków, roughly 1,000 years old. Obviously, today it doesn't really have that medieval feel. It's more Baroque, but there are plenty of little bits and pieces from the Middle Ages still there. For example, the gate that takes you to the monastery. And mind you, Netflix is not the first attempt at filming The Witcher. The first attempt was made by a local film industry. I will basically put a veil of silence on that. But one of the places which they used in the Polish approach to The Witcher is Tyniec. So go there, you're going to have a little bit of the Polish approach to filming The Witcher, and it's simply a great place to be. And the third little thing are the monsters. Of course, Witcher. What is a Witcher? Witcher is kind of mutant which is dealing with monsters that kill people. And one of those monsters you may find is Strzyga. Strzyga is one of the words which we used for, well, let's put it, vampires. And if you want to see a vampire in Kraków, that's also possible. There's a museum called the Underground Main Market Square. And one of the highlights is an actual vampire, a person who has been buried in a different way than the others. And that is, we assume today, a person that we could relate to as vampire. But the word here was not vampire. The word used in what is today Poland would be strzyga, and one of the most dangerous monsters that Witcher has to approach are strzygas. So, watch it if you're lazy. If you're not lazy, get the books. And if you're not lazy but you don't want books, get the games. Only the third game is roughly 100 hours. So that's also a little bit of time that taken off the confinement that we have to stay in. And when all this craziness ends, come to Kraków, of course. Come to our tours. As you can see, we still have plenty of flyers to give out, plenty of maps to give out. And when you come back, ask about places in Kraków connected to the Witcher. And we'll be very happy to show you where to find them. For now, this is it. Enjoy the beautiful beginning of spring from your balconies. Thank you.